What's up guys, Learning with Rich here. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to create detailed views for your project. Okay, so I have covered basic creation of views on my past video, but this time I'm gonna show you a more detailed way to add a detailed view to your project. So as you can see here on the project browser on my sheets here, I already have a details sheets here, the A-04-details. So you will notice that I already have my legend here, and then I already have some details or legend of my frame types. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to add more views, like the detailed views of my section. Okay, so I'm gonna create a section view, and then after that, from that section view, I'm gonna create a detailed view for canopy wall and typical canopy flat roof. And then I'm gonna create a detail for typical parapet and then typical wall at grade. Okay, so this will gonna be a very simple exercise. So I'm just gonna show you the basic way of adding your typical views inside your project. So how do you create it? Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to create a section. Okay, so from level 1, so I'm going to create my section here. So I already teach you how to create a section, right? So I'm gonna select my section 1 floor plan here. So to create a section, you just need to select your section here on the quick access toolbar. Again, we are still using the same building model that we have used when we have started this video series of Revit architecture getting started video series. Okay, so I'm going to select the section here. I click the section, and then I'm going to make sure that I'm creating a building section. All right, so I'm going to create a section. So let's say I'm going to start here. So this is my first point of the section, and then I'm just going to create my section all the way here. There you go. And then after that, I'm just going to move this one, and then I'll just select modify. Okay, so that's now my section. So now that I have created the section, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to open the section that I have created. Okay, so just select that, right click, and then just select go to view. Or another way is just double click that section bubble. Or aside from that, you can go to the project browser, look for the sections, expand the section, and then there's your section. Okay, so you just need to open that one, the building section. So let's say I'm just going to rename this first. So I right click that and then rename. I'll just call this building section, or whatever section name that you want. So I'll just open this section, and this is now how it looks like. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the level 1, and then I'm going to type WT. WT stands for tile windows. Okay, so WT, so that I'll be able to see the two views that I have, which is the floor plan and then the building section. Okay, so now you will notice the floor pattern here. It's a bit annoying. I can't see clearly my floor plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the visibility graphic overrides. Okay, so I'm just going to type VV to open the visibility graphic overrides for my level 1. Okay, so the visibility graphic overrides only affect your current level. It will not affect the other level. Okay, so from here on the model categories, I will look for the floor. So there's the floor, and then I'll just click the override patterns column. Okay, this one, override, and then I'll just uncheck the pattern here, the visibility of the pattern. So I'm just going to uncheck that, select OK, and then select OK. And there you go. Alright, so I just hide the pattern. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split my section here. Okay, so how to split the section? So to split the section, just click the section, and then after that you can see here section. So there's split segment. So you click the split segment, and then you will notice your pointer will become scalpel or knife. So what you do is you just click the part of the section that you want to split. So let's say I'm gonna click, let's say somewhere here. I'm gonna click here, and there you go. So you just split your section. So it's up to you now. Where do you want to, or what do you want to adjust? Do you want to adjust the left side, or do you want to adjust the right side? So let's say, for example, I'm going to adjust the right side. So let's say I'm going to move this, and look what will happen here. It will also update. So let's say I'm going to click here. Okay, so I'm going to place here, and there you go. So you will notice it updates your section here. That's how powerful the section is. So here on my building section, so let me just expand that. So I'm going to select tab views, or you can type TW to maximize this view. So I click that one. And then I don't want to see these reference planes here. So I'm just going to click one reference plane, hide in view. I'll just select category. Okay, so that it will hide all the reference planes that I don't need. Okay, and then I'm just gonna make this view tidy. Okay, right. So I'm gonna select this one. So maybe I'm just going to hide this boundary here. I don't want to see this boundary. Okay, so I click that boundary, or no need to click that, but you just need to turn it off here. Hide crop region, just like that. So it's now hidden. What's this? Oh, this is a tree. I don't want to see this one, so I'll just right click that, hide in view elements. There you go. Now what I'm gonna do here is I click this, I'll create an elbow, click that one, and then I'll just move from here. Okay, because I don't want that overlapping my text, so I want my drawing to be tidy. There you go. Okay, and then there's a car. I don't need that, so click, right click, hide in view category, so that it will turn off all the entourage. Okay, and then I don't want to show this mezzanine level, so click, right click, hide in view elements. Okay, so I just want my view to be tidy. You can type SD for shaded view, or you can go here on the visibility or visual style, and then you can select the visual style that you want here. And then our scale here looks funny, so I just make it 1:100. There you go. Okay, so what else do I need here? So maybe I click the section, and then I'll just drag it to the right side so that it's not touching the building elements. Okay, I'm gonna move it more. Move it more. There you go. Alright, so now after I created my building section, so like what I've said, I want to create a detailed view or typical view that I want to place on my sheet here, on my details sheet. So I want to add more views in these sheets here. So I'm going to generate that on the building section. So to do that, I'm going to create a call out. Okay, I have shown you that last time, that call out. So I'm going to select annotate tab, view tab, and then I select here call out. So I select rectangle. Alright, so I'll just select that one, and then here I can select the type of the call out that I want. So let's say wall section. So I click this, I want a wall section. So I'm going to place it here. So I'm going to pick my first point. Alright, that's my first point, and then I'm going to pick another point, maybe somewhere here. There you go. And then it's now added here on my wall section. Okay, so let me just select modify here. I click that call out that I have created, and then I'll just put it here. Okay, so the reason why there's no detail here, detail number and then the sheet number, it's because I haven't placed this view inside the sheet. But later on, after I put this view inside the sheet, you will notice Revit automatically populate this call out bubble with the detail. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change the name. So let's say for this one, so let me just open this one to see the view. So this is the view. So I'm gonna change the name of this. So let's say I will call this as my typical wall section. Okay, enter. So that's my typical wall section. That is the view, one of the view that I want to insert inside the sheet. Now the next thing that I'm gonna do is let me just hide this section here. So let me just hide that, and then I want to hide all of this, or I'll just tidy up probably. How about I put all the names on this side here? So I'm going to click this and then click that box. Click that box. Okay. How about I'm not gonna show this. So I click, right click, hide in view elements. Okay, and say this one as well. Check. I'm gonna change the scale here. So let's say I'm just gonna make that 1:125. Okay, there you go. So that's much better. And then I want to remove the name here. Just uncheck that one. Okay, so tick this, tick the box, uncheck. Okay. Alright. Then I'll just click one of that level and then I'll just drag here. There you go. Okay, and then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change the detail level here. So instead of coarse, I'm just going to make that fine. So I click that. There you go. And then I'll change the visual style here. I'm just going to make this a hidden view. There you go. Okay, now for this one, I'm gonna select this and then I'll just hide this one. So right click, hide in view elements. Okay. And then, okay, let me just hide this one as well. I don't need this actually, so just hide. So I'm setting up the view here of my typical wall section. So I just want to show the view that I like it here. So let's me go back again to the building section. Okay, right. All right. Okay, and then the next thing that we're gonna do here is let us try to add more details. Okay, so let us add some details in our view. So what I'm gonna do is I go to the annotate tab, and then after that, let's add some more detail by selecting repeating detail. Detail group. Okay, so detail symbol. Click drop down this one. So I'm gonna use here repeating detail component. So I'm gonna select that one, and then after that, okay, so instead of using that repeating detail component, I'll use insulation instead. Okay, so I want to place an insulation here. So I select insulation, and then I'm just gonna pick here. There you go. So maybe I'm just gonna pick up to here. All right, so that's the insulation, and then I will be adding more here. Okay, I'll just add all the way down. Then modify. Okay, so after we add details, let me just hide this one. There you go. Alright, so let's say for example, this is now my typical wall section. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add another call out here. So I'm going to create another detailed view from my typical wall section. Okay, so to do that, same procedure, we are going to select call out from the view tab. Let's select call out, let's select rectangle. This time I use detail. So I click the detail. So let's say I want to create a detail of this. There you go. So this is the detail view that I have created. Okay. And then let me just click this and then adjust it here. Right. Okay, so this is now the view that I have created. So I'm just going to change the name of this. So right click, rename. So let's say this will gonna be my typical parapet. Enter. So if I double click this one, so this is now how it looks like. Again, I just want to set up this view, so I click this. I'm gonna hide that. I don't need that one. Click, right click, hide in view elements. Alright. And then let me just hide again this boundary here. So let's click that. And then let me hide this. Right click, hide elements. Okay, and then let us add more insulation here. Because remember, if you go to annotate and then you use these detail elements, these are uh, view specific elements, meaning you will be able to see these elements only in the view where you have drawn it. So that's why when I have drawn that insulation in this view, I can only see that in this view because these are just 2D elements. So if I create another view, so I need to put again that detail. So I select the insulation and then I'll just need to put it again. Okay, so let's say I'll just put one here and then I'll just put one up to here. Okay, and then let us add some more details here. So I'm going to select symbol. So we are now putting some details in our model, and then let us look for region component, detail component, break line. Okay, so let's use the break line. So from the component, I'll use the break line. So I want to put a break line here. So I pick, there you go. And then there's a break line, so I'll just flip that. Click and then press space bar. And then you can use your keyboard arrow to move that break line. So I click this again. Again, you can adjust that if you want. Okay, so let me just change the scale here. So let's say 1:10. There you go. And then let me just put another break line to the other side here. So I click. Alright. Then select space bar. Okay, so let's adjust this. There you go. Okay, now for this side, I want to add another component here. So I go to the component, and then this time I'll use repeating detail component. Again, repeating detail component is like your insulation. It's a view specific element, so meaning I can only see that in this view. Okay, So repeating detail component, and then I'll be using that repeating detail brick. Okay, so that is what I'm gonna use, right? So you can pick the point here. So let's see the properties. So it's gonna be fixed distance. Okay, so that's the size. Okay, so I'll just select OK. So I'll just pick here. Oops, wrong side. So I pick here. Then let us just pick all the way down. There you go. So we're adding more details to our detail view. Then right click, zoom to fit. So there you go. So there's our typical parapet view. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going back again to my typical wall section. So typical wall section, and then I'm going to add another call out. So let's say I'm going to add one more here. So from the view tab, call out rectangle. So I'm going to pick my first point here, and then I'm going to select my second point here. There you go. So let me just pick this, fix, and put it here. Right. And then this is the view that I have created. So I just double click that to open. Okay. And then after that, let me just rename this. I'm going to call this, this is my typical wall at grade. Enter. Okay. Typical wall at grade. So again, I don't want to show this details here. So I'm going to click, right click, hide in view. Okay, and this elements here, I don't need that. I don't need this. So basically you're just cleaning up the view. Okay, this one, I don't need that line. And then I want to hide the crop region. And then I'll just change this to 1:10. Okay, there you go. So this is, let's say, the view that I want for my typical wall at grade. Okay, so now the next view that I want to show is on my roof section. So going back to my building section here, I'm going to create another detail. So let's say this detail here of my roof. Okay, so let me just create a view for that. Call out rectangle detail. So let me just create that one here. Okay, let's pick that one and then put one here. Okay, and then I'm going to add another one to this side. So view, call out rectangle. So I'm gonna add one here and then put one here. Let's fix that one. There you go. Okay, and then again, same procedure. I'm going to open the view, and then we're going to change the name. For example, for this one, so I'm going to go to view, and then I'll just change the name here. Right click, change the name. So this is my typical canopy or flat roof. Enter. Now going back again to my section. Where's my section? Did I close the section? Okay, this one. Okay, so for this one, the other one, so we are going to open again the view. So let's say this is the call out for my canopy wall. This one, right click, rename canopy wall. Enter. Okay, so let me just change the scale. So let's say 1:20. Okay, Okay, and then let me just change the detail level to fine so we can see the details of the wall as well. And then I'll change this to hidden line. And there you go. I don't think I need to show this one. This is a generic text. So right click. Alright. Okay, so I'll just hide this one. I don't need that grid and then the boundary as well. Okay, there you go. So this is now my canopy wall. And then for my typical canopy and flat roof, again, I'll just hide the crop region. I'll change the scale, let's say to 1:10. And this one is fine, so we can see the details there. This is hidden line. Alright. How about I don't want to show these levels here, so I hide that by category, and then I'll just hide this one. And there you go. Okay. So this is now the view for my typical canopy roof or typical canopy flat roof. Now, I want to show the hidden lines that I have here, but it doesn't show. So what I'm gonna do, let me try to go to modify, and then there is this tool, line work. So let's try to use line work. And how about I use hidden lines here? Let me see if I can use this. Oh, I can't use it here. There we go. Click. And then same with this one here. There you go. Right. Okay. So these are now the views that I would like to put it on my sheets, on my detail sheet. Okay, so now that I have created that from my building section, so from my building section, this is where I created this detail views. So these detail views that I have here. So now going back to my details view, so maybe I'm just gonna move these views here, and then I'll just put it here. Alright. And then I will add here my canopy wall. Just drag and drop, drag and drop. So I'll be adding it here. So maybe here. There you go. Okay, and then my typical canopy flat roof, drag and drop. Let's put it here. Okay, so let's click, hold control, and then we can move both at the same time. So let us just tidy our viewport. So you just click the viewport. Okay, and then I'm gonna add my parapet, my typical parapet here. There you go. There's my typical parapet. And then the last one is typical wall at grade. There you go. Alright. Okay, so these are now my detail views with the detail elements there. There you go. And then if I'm going back again to my section view, to the building section, you will now see here, not that one, this one, that I already have that detail number created automatically, right? So if I go inside this view here, so I can see that there's now the detail, and then there's now the detail number. All right? Okay. There you go. So basically, that's how you create your detail views. So in this video, we have learned again how to create section, how to split the section, and then from the section, we have learned how to create a callout view. And then from the callout view, we added an annotating details here. So we added there our insulation, and then we add break line, and then we add repeating detail component. Okay, so those are the tools and those are the topics that we have learned in this video. So hopefully you learned something from this video. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can put it on the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.